I see it.
Jake sees it.
Like vibrating. The tree, there's like vibrating.
That's the marijuana combined with the Oculus.
Okay, Chuck. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, a few technical issues there, but I think we're ready to roll now. Let me actually get back to where we can see the video. Okay, whew, I think we made it. So, NAGP TV is back, as stated in the title. Just switched over to qualifying just now. Let's take you to some of the action. As mentioned, had a little bit of problem there with the video going, but that's probably just my fault as much as anybody else's. So, as stated, NAGP TV back, at least for a couple of the quick hitters here. Looking forward to bringing some of the action. Had a good race last week. We broadcasted that on another channel, trying to work out some of the kinks, getting back into this broadcasting deal. Obviously, it really worked very well, as you can tell from the start of the broadcast tonight. The audio sounds okay, though. So we're going to roll with what we got. No cool graphics. Don't have the points graphics or anything kind of loaded in yet. But hopefully the quality is okay for you, because we had to do some adjusting with that. So I don't know if I'm quite happy with the quality just yet, but I think it's going to be good enough for us here tonight to bring you some of the action. So, yeah, 4th race of the season for 4 races left in the season for these guys. I tell you, we're going to get to the points here in a little bit. Let's see, Angelico, one of the first to act. But as far as the points go, right now we've got some qualifying action. I tell you, looking through the practice times, I have to say that it seemed to me that there was kind of some dispirited times. Disparate. Quite a few guys running some good times and some big gaps over the week of practice. So, but it's a pretty strong field here tonight. 25 drivers are going to be doing their deal here at the Interlagos circuit tonight. And well, hey, we all know this circuit, right? Hopefully by now. I know that a lot of us have managed to drive it in the past. I've certainly been one. I don't know if I could call this place my favorite track in the universe, but you know what? It's pretty good. And typically brings some pretty good action. Oh, turn 8, Ian now struggling just a little bit on this infield section. Interesting track though, of course. Look, you have the first sector through the Sena S's, right? And the long blast down to turn 3 or 4, whichever it is. And then, of course, that second sector, full of all the slow speed stuff, and then there's only one corner in the third sector, right? Which you just saw Ian go through just now, but it's an important corner. So a minor screw up there costs you a good 2-3 tenths down the straight, right? Anywho, so Ian Jolicoeur is going to be coming across the line now. Takes the shortest line possible, 22.2. So good opening salvo for Ian Jolicoeur. Aaron Parsons dropped some weight last week. We didn't see him probably put in the type of performance that, as good a performance as he would have liked last week. Probably due to the amount of weight balance he is carrying. Not much weight on board tonight. Let's see where that first split time is going to put him. You can see those splits over the left-hand side of the screen. And indeed, Aaron Parsons does improve, so 1/10 better than anybody else out there on track at the moment. But we all know it's really all about the second sector. You expect to put in a good lap here in qualifying and then perform pretty well in the race. You're going to have to get through this particular sector pretty well. So it's going to be what did I see? 43, 47 laps here tonight. Of course, it's going to be 2 stops for the field. That's the way this F3 is set up for this season, with the size of the tank managing that fuel load. So 2 stops for everybody. Primary tires and alternate tires available for the field. Of course, I'll be on alternates here in this qualifying session. So got to use one of each compound. How you decide to use them, completely up to you. We'll get into those strategy questions here in a bit. Parsons running about on that pole position time. He comes in line. Oh, only going to be good for P2 provisionally at the second, at the moment here. So Kevin Wachmansky showing damn good pace. Damn good pace in some of the practice sessions, and there we go. 22.1 puts him on that provisional pole. So the times are rolling in. Traffic probably going to be a bit of an issue here in this qualifying session, as it always is. Just not much room in that second sector. You get somebody stuck behind somebody on a hot lap, but you're running faster. Well, there's just nothing for it. You're going to have to wait. Going to be taking some extra water breaks here tonight. It was rough on me last week. Not gonna lie. It's been a while since I had jumped into the broadcaster's booth, so gotta work out the old vocal cords, make them a little stronger. So we're on board here with Martin Smith, and I tell you why we're on board here with Martin Smith. That is because Martin Smith won his first NAGP event last week at Watkins Glen. I gotta tell you, it was a pretty dominating performance. This guy held off a late charging Ian Jolicoeur. No small feat, really, to come away with that win. It looked like Ian Jolicoeur was just, Martin Smith was just doomed when he comes in with here. Martin Smith's going to remain fifth, but I have to tell you, carrying 20 kilograms of success ballast, 20 grams not going to do much, is it? That weight is going to affect one's lap-to-lap pace, so I'm kind of staying on board here with them because some of the TV cams aren't great. But nonetheless, yeah, Martin Smith coming away with that win last week, and as mentioned, holding off and charging Ian Jolicoeur. So he was tested. I mean, it wasn't like some lucky everybody crashed out, whatnot, and so forth. Definitely tested and came away with that win. So it was a great win for him. Congratulations, Martin Smith. So he's well and truly in the NAGP fold. It's tough to win races around here. I mean, from top to bottom, the field is pretty darn skilled, so that's good. Now on board here with Marc DeGraw. We know Marc DeGraw has plenty of speed in hand. Not going to improve. Oh, he's going to, jump up to second. Boy, 1/1000th of a second off that provisional pole. Wow. Now, that's pretty close, I have to say. So, but in the meantime, it is Kevin Lekmansky now up 2/10 in the first sector. Stuck behind some traffic now, though. I'm looking down there in 13th position on our scoring pylon. We see Sam Rolfe, and he has shown some very good pace as well here in some of the practice sessions leading up to tonight's race. So maybe Sam Rolfe can do something a little special here tonight too. But now about 17 minutes here left on this qualifying session, and though you get a lot of laps, this being a relatively short track, that time will wind down pretty quickly, especially if you're chasing that pole. You get stuck in traffic there for a few laps or something, and you find yourself short on laps pretty quickly. Kevin Lekmansky does not improve. Hangs in with that 22.114 to DeGraw's 22.115. Pretty good stuff. Ian Jolicoeur now was a little short on practice himself. He's on is an out lap, of course. Martin Smith looking good through the first sector as well. Senna S is always going to test you, and such a big part of your overall lap pace. You got to hit those right to carry so much speed down into that turn 3. Coming now through turn 9. This track listed as 15 turns, but really you can discount a few of those. More like really 11, 12, something like that, because a few of them are just kind of flat out blasts. And Martin Smith gave up quite a bit of time there in the second sector, so actually he's probably pretty close, 4/10 off the pole time, which Marc DeGraw has reset. So yeah, there you go. So Martin Smith probably pretty close to his time. Let's see if he can advance. And it's only going to take about 1/10 of a second right now to improve over Aaron Parsons. We'll get you a field rundown here in just a second where everybody's running. Martin Smith does not improve. Okay, so it's Marc DeGraw now who has jumped to the top of the timing sheets, and the action is pretty thick and furious here in the early running. But we'll take a look at our top 10 anyway. Kevin Lekmansky now running second, just displaced on provisional pole. I see Aaron Parsons now has picked up third. So Aaron Parsons third now provisionally on the grid. Ian Jolicoeur has just been bumped back a couple spots. He's gonna stay where he's at the moment. Lost quite a bit of time there in the second and third sector, did Ian Jolicoeur. So fourth for Ian at the moment. Martin Smith, we saw him still in fifth. Kevin Miller looking pretty racy at 22.4. It's not going to put him too far off, really, the top 5 here. So just a little bit of improvement from Martin Smith. He's going to be jumping. Kevin Miller, excuse me, jumped pretty far up the field. Sam Rolfe, we mentioned Sam, looking very good in the week of practice here. So 7th on the grid for the moment, and looking to, again, to pick up a little bit of time in the second and last sector. We'll move him up the grid. Connor Francis, another guy, looking pretty good there on the timing front in practice. Let's see if he is, oh, he's on an outlap, so there you go. John Wathen. John Wathen did not really get any laps until just before the race. So looking pretty good, I would say, there in that 9th position. David Rowley put in a great run last week at Watkins Glen, looking to repeat and capture some of the same pace we saw in that incredible battle. And who was it? Rowley, Myers, Zahn was in there, and somebody else. Amazing action there in that Watkins Glen race. Truly a battle that, one of the best battles we've seen, really. Unfortunately, was not broadcast on NAGP, but, you know, that's okay. The VOD is out there. If you want to watch it, well, just give a little comment. We can get that to you. Okay. So, Mark DeGraw currently sitting second as Kevin Mansky now has absolutely crushed the pole time, at least by a couple 3/10. Oh, DeGraw does improve. He's going to remain second. So Kevin Mansky now will reset that provisional time to 21.664. And now the rest are going to be having to chase. And I tell you, they're going to have to be chasing quite a bit harder than they have so far. Aaron Parsons on a hot lap here. 1/10 off in the first sector. Kind of running up on teammate John Houston here at the moment. Looks like Houston is on an out lap, so I think they'd swap positions here, or maybe they're going for a little bit of draft down the front straight. A little bit of a toe to help Aaron Parsons out, but John Houston's just starting. Yeah, it doesn't make sense if he just started an out lap, right? Hot lap, rather, excuse me. Aaron Parsons down to second, coming off turn 13. Basically the last corner, as mentioned. Blasting down the straight. A lot of disparate, again, that word, disparate arrow strategies here. You can knock a bunch off to take speed down the straight, and Parsons will come home. No better than third, so he's going to remain right where he was at the moment. Martin Smith now 3/10 off through the first sector, and I got to think that, whoa, he's not going to be improving too much here. Still has the opportunity, I suppose, to pick up some places on the grid, but certainly not going to be a challenge for pole position on this particular lap. No, so he's going to go ahead and give it up. Didn't like what he was feeling there through the second sector. Aaron Parsons now through the first sector and looking pretty good, even with our pole position time at the moment. Coming through now turn 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the important ones. You can get on the throttle really early here, actually, in these cars. These cars very compliant. Lots of grip on offer, so you can get away with really manhandling them around. So it's off there through the second split for Aaron Parsons, but you know what? That's not so bad, really. He has a chance to improve on his time anyway. Looks like he didn't get through the last corner as well as he would have liked. You can see performance delta there for these drivers. There toward the bottom of the screen gives some indication of where they might be running. So it'll be improvement for Aaron Parsons, but not a position improvement on the grid. And there we go. Quick 10 minutes left to go in this session. So we're just looking around for some guys on some hot laps here. Now Greg Myers is a little bit buried back in the order at the moment. Myers, I don't think, had much practice here in the week coming in, but you know, the times really top to bottom, a little tighter than you might have expected looking at the practice times over the course of the week. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there's some sandbagging going on out there. Could be. Could be. Myers now 1.5 off in the second sector, so it doesn't look like he might do some local improvement, but he does not. Okay, got some hot laps started here now. Ian Joe, of course, 3/10 off in the first split. And like I said, the Getting through those Senna S's, they're tough. You got to hit them right, or you'll be losing some pace. And when you're pushing to the limit, easy to make those mistakes. Especially, you do have to take some of the curbing there through the Senna S's, turn 1, 2, and 3 there. If you expect to get a good split, and Kevin Mansky looking good through the second split, made a bit of a mistake there, and you can see through the performance delta, he's creeping back on his best time, but I don't think it's quite going to be better, and it's looking like it's up to Mark DeGraw here at the moment. They're in that second position to really challenge Kevin Lipnansky for the pole position. The rest of the guys at the moment just not up to the challenge. Jolakor taking it very close to that pit entry, but does not improve as well. So he'll remain 6/10 off of the pole position time. You can see there your scoring pylon rather. Those positions, 3 all the way to 9th, separate only by 3/10 of a second. So very close times among those positions. Not much to pick up. They're on track to pick up quite a few spots on the grid here tonight, and you know what? That's critical around this track. Got that big wiggle there coming through 7, and that is one of the very important corners around here. Last corner, Senna S's, and turn 7, all very critical to a lap time. I mean, they're all important, right? But some a little bit more important than others. So Martin Smith well and truly off the pace here. Here we go, Parsons. He's got a chance to improve. He's not too far ahead of his personal time, however. So I think Aaron Parsons got to figure out that last corner. Important to get on the throttle really early, but there are some bumps coming off that corner, and a little too much curbing on the inside, a little too much curbing on exit, and that's going to do it for you. Look at him here through the Senna S's. Got a good entry, but not enough throttle coming off. So he's not going to make a big advancement, but will stick somewhat ahead of his time. We've got here turn 5, I think, 4 or 5, 1 or 2, as they call it, 4, I think. So super consistent versus his time, but not too consistent here. Critical turn 7, if he gets on the throttle here, couldn't quite do it. You saw him push wide. Oh! So he didn't get the car set up quite correctly to get on the throttle as early as he possibly could through there. And yeah, he's off through the second sector. Mark DeGraw now coming through the second sector as well, but he was 2/10 off in that first sector. Checking in on that Aaron Parsons we were just on board with, 6/10 off in the second sector, so he's not looking probably to improve on his lap. And Mark DeGraw, however, is just a couple tenths off, but he's a couple tenths off here, the pole position anyway, so got a good run off the final corner though. Going to improve here, but don't think it's going to be enough. Kevin Lipnansky's back on a hot lap as well, and even to his time for the first sector, going to pick up about a 10th there for Mark DeGraw. Oh, he backed off early of the line. That's interesting. Wonder why that was. That's very interesting. Well, we're going to run through the order here again right fast. Let you know where they're all running. Stay up to date if you possibly can. Kevin Lipnansky. You know that he's on pole position, 3/10 off through the second sector there for him. These guys now setting up for their final laps. It looks like people are taking 2 timed laps out there. Mark DeGraw continues to run seconds. Aaron Parsons in third. Ian Jolakor just coming out of the pits for his final couple of laps. Martin Smith on track, now way off in the first sector. So that weight, I think, having its toll on Martin Smith here tonight. Kevin Miller remains 6th. Sam Rawle remains 7th. Connor Francis is in 8th. David Rowley's in 9th, and John Wathen's in 10th. So we haven't had much movement at all, really, here within the top 10. Jake Feimster, didn't mention Jake. So Jake coming off a 3rd place there at Watkins Glen. So a nice podium for Jake, but coming up a little short here in this qualifying session for the moment. So it's Kevin Lipnansky now. We saw him even on his time through the first sector, but he's a bit off in the second. And just a couple, 3 timed laps left for Kevin Lukmansky. I mean, I got to tell you, we're not seeing much of a challenge to that pole time. So Kevin Lukmansky may have got something a little figured out here on flat-out pace. But as we wait for those other sector times to roll in from the rest of the field, we'll go ahead and stay on board here. Oh, going to practice his pit in. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. First of all, there's a big, huge bump trying to get in there, which really does upset the cars. And secondly, saw a lot of drivers with pit lane speeding infractions coming into that, coming over the stripe with too much speed. And that will incur you a penalty. 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds, depending on the speed over the limit at the line. So, it's Mark DeGraw now still on his out lap. 4 minutes left to go, so he's going to get a couple more laps in, and that is going to be it for Mark DeGraw's hopes. But right now, I think Mark DeGraw's looking pretty good too. Aaron Parsons fully 3/10 off of that provisional second place time to go. So I think it could be a fight between the top two, but the top two may have the top 2 spots locked in. Aaron Parsons balked a little bit there by some traffic. Max Robles. So right fast. I can find him. Max Rambles, excuse me, I almost said Robles. That's why I wanted to swing back and check. Oh, he's well ahead of his time. Newcomer here at NAGP. I think this is his first race here tonight. Ooh, he's slowing down all of a sudden. Maybe he wants to kind of stay toward the back of the field, kind of get things figured out a little bit, stay out of trouble. Oh, Mark DeGraw. So it was looking good there through the first sector, but threw it off at turn 4. And yeah, he's going to get one more lap in, but it's going to be under duress coming out of the pits and trying. Ian Jolicoeur spinning it well. I think that's at the first corner. Yeah, through the center. Oh, could have been a little fight. We saw. I don't know. That was either Houston or Eza. Aaron. Looks like it's Aaron Parsons. So don't know if they got tangled up or what. But in any event, it's a teammate. Let's stop back here. Aaron Parsons' teammate John Houston, or yeah. 13th on the grid, and that's not where you would expect John Houston to be. Let's just, as this qualifying begins to wrap up here, let's just look at the kind of weight John Houston might be carrying. 20 kilos. So, I mean, some, but you got Martin Smith up there in 5th place with those 20 kilos, so it looks like Houston a little wrong at the pace tonight. But then again, who knows? Could be lap traffic. You know. Could have missed a few laps, and then you get involved in some lap traffic because there's plenty of it out there. Kevin Lukmansky now, ooh, 6/10 off of his best time there through the second sector. So no improvement this lap. Kevin Lukmansky looks like he'll get one more in, but we kind of want to stay abreast there of Mark DeGraw. Aaron Parsons, okay, still on a lap, so he's going to have one more opportunity here too. Check in with those guys as soon as they trip those first sector timing stripes, because this is their last shot. Yeah, Kevin Lukmansky's looking good. Mark DeGraw taking it wide, trying to build momentum. But the pressure's on. This is it. This is your final opportunity, and you got to figure out how to take big risks, but at the same time not make mistakes. Tough to do. So Mark DeGraw in 3rd gear around here. Oh! Almost had it just right. Almost got full momentum coming off the Senna S's there. Couldn't quite manage to hold it, but this first sector time, it's going to be right there. Coming around turn 4 here, and oh, well, there's another mistake. So pretty much, oh boy, Ian Jolicoeur. Oh, Ian Jolicoeur, he is there as well, but it looks like he's going to slip back on his time. But the time's pretty close. 3rd, 4th, 5th, even all the way down to... Whoa, okay, well that's not going to get it done. So, Jolicoeur, no better than 4th. Checking back into Parsons here, we saw a bit of a mistake by Parsons, but the second split now, yeah, 6/10 off. We're definitely not going to eat into Mark DeGraw's time. Mark DeGraw's second split, 2.1 off. Well, we saw that big mistake, so He's going to head around here, practice a pit in most likely. David Rowley, the opportunity to pick up some spots here in 9th place. Boy, he only needs about 1/10 of a second to move up to like 5th or 6th. Oh, pushing way too hard into the final corner. That's yeah, that's the whole deal there. He's trying to mix the aggression with the safety and not making mistakes. Rowley couldn't quite make it work. Or excuse me, Sam. Yeah, David Rowley. It was Sam Rolfe who just switched here, of course. Whoa. And he is well and truly off. Here we go. Fleet 2, of course. Wait, what? What's Jill doing way down the order here? You had like one of the best times in practice. I don't know what's going on. Boy, you would expect a better qualifying effort here from Jill, but you know what? It didn't happen. Now did Aaron Parsons have to get another lap in? Kind of don't think so, but maybe. Looks like Aaron Parsons is not ahead on his time here. Yeah, I think he is last to act. But he'll practice his pit in. And like I say, pretty good idea because we have had quite a few drivers over the limit there in the little warm-up before the race. So, yeah, that's going to do it. Boy, we saw a flurry of activity early in that qualifying session, but it really slowed down with 12, 10 minutes to go, something like that. Give me 1 second. So, congratulations, Kevin Lekmansky. Good job for him. And, I mean, look, it wasn't a beatdown on the field, but it was a darn good time, and nobody else was able to match it. And really, not even super close either. So, we're going to have a little bit of a wait time here before the next session. And it's going to be just a short warm-up before we get into the race. You can see there, it's going to be 42 laps contested here tonight. 2 options on the tires again, intermediate and primaries. We know that alternate and primaries. We know that the alternate tires can go some 9, 10. I did hear some guys talking about taking it maybe 14. So kind of split up, just go by thirds on the alternates, but I don't know. It might be tough. Some guys are really, I think, a little worried about how well the alternate tires are going to hold up and how safe they're going to be. Because I tell you, the consensus up and down the grid really is that the rear tires give up a little earlier than the fronts, and it can be pretty problematic, particularly if you're in a close fight toward the end of the race or in a fuel stint. You want to be careful and not throw it off. Obviously, right? So, I don't have the graphic to bring up the points, but I do want to get to them because things are definitely tight here over this Season 36 championship. Okay, so John Houston currently leading points with 119. Teammate Aaron Parsons, 115 points. Just four points off. Now, Mark DeGraw does sit in third with 103 points, but he missed all his points last week's race. I know he and his teammate actually were right up there in the team classification also, but missing that race missed a lot of points. So, and unfortunately, his substitute did not garner any points either. So, Mark DeGraw sits there in third, but it's a tie for third now with pole sitter Kevin Lekmansky, who actually now is not tied, but with that pole position and bonus point, he's going to be sitting at 104. So it's actually now Kevin Lekmansky there sitting third in points. Martin Smith, last week's winner, comes in with 102, and Ian Jollicoeur sits at 72. So there's your top 5 there. And T-Brock Dam Bam, John Houston, Aaron Parsons lead over Captain Clutch. 234 points to 206. So I know that we haven't been broadcasting a lot of the season to this point, right? So the points you might be a little iffy on the points, and that's okay. because more or less we're kind of here just to bring you the action anyway, right? It's always good to watch a good race. Now, this hard to say what kind of race we're going to have here tonight because this track can lend to a few gaps opening up, but it also does tend to lead to some very good individual battles. And of course, you always have the pit stop and strategy battles that play out over the course of a race, and that could be anybody's game. So you never know how that's going to play out. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of who's on what particular compound, but if any of you have happened to watch an NAGP TV broadcast before, you know that sometimes I can tend to get a little crossed up with those. But at any rate, we're going to take a look here at who's going to be starting where. You can see it up on screen, but I'm going to call them out anyway, just because that's what we do. So it's going to be Kevin Lekmansky taking that pole position here. Mark DeGraw is going to start second. Aaron Parsons takes third on the grid. Rounding out the second row is Ian Jolicoeur. Martin Smith is going to start fifth. Kevin Miller takes sixth. Sam Rolfe put in a nice time for seventh. Connor Francis is in eighth. David Rowley from United Kingdom takes ninth. John Wathen is in 10th. Jake Feemster is in 11th, so he improved a little bit. John Houston's in 12th. Philippe Gill, no better than 13th. David Zahn in 14th. Greg Myers in 15th. Brian Story 16th. Chuck Carter in 17th. Thought he was running a little bit better than that, but I guess not. Iggy Chiordia in 18th. Dale Ballwig 19th. Mateo Maya, looks like he might have left the server or something. Hope he makes it back in. Omar Gomez in 21st. Gary Roth in 22nd. Lou Mascarelli in 23rd. Sergio Calderon 24th. A newcomer, Max Rambliss, going to round out the tail end of the field. But I think that's kind of where he wanted it. So just to kind of get his legs underneath him. Now I'm going to wait for the entire field to start here before I escape back to the pits, because this broadcast app is a little older and I want to make sure it works on this particular track. But we're just about to bring you the action here from Interlagos. Boy, this camera sure could be better, I tell you that right now. There we go. Whoa, oh, Aaron Parsons gets tangled up. Kevin Miller involved. Oh boy. Okay, oh boy. It's all taken place back there. Holy cow. Okay, we're gonna have to sort them out here in a bit. Okay, so up front, let's establish who did make it through. It was Kevin Lekmansky, actually, who did manage to get through from that pole position, so he's running well. Okay, Mark DeGraw runs second, but running back right behind is Ian Jolicoeur, so taking advantage of that Parsons fracas. Whoa, big wiggle there by Ian Jolicoeur. Now, I think it's going to be Ian Jolicoeur to figure out how to settle in quickly here, but because those two seem to have very good qualifying pace, and you know what? I think already there's a possibility those two guys could, you know, all other things being equal, perhaps could decide this race between themselves. Ian Jolicoeur, he does tend to get things figured out very quickly. Wow, okay, so coming through the melee quickly, Sam Rolfe up to fourth, so picking up a good 3 or 4 positions is Sam Rolfe. And that's a good position for Sam. Again, showing great pace in a week of practice. Martin Smith going to hang on to that 5th place from where he started. But Philippe Gill, wow, from 11th up to 6th. So that was a pretty good start. Okay, Kevin Miller did slide back a spot, but he is hounded now by Jake Feemster. So Jake Feemster started around, what, the 10th, 11th position, something like that. And this is a close battle. You notice on your pylon scoring there on the left, the red indicates the very best battles on track at the moment, and this certainly qualifies. So Kevin Miller, we did see involved in that first lap incident. So it looks like that the field has gotten a little. Oh, okay, wait a minute. We've got action all over the place here. It's Sam Rolfe now putting pressure on Ian Jolicoeur, and I think Ian Jolicoeur might have made a bit of a mistake. Yeah, he has slipped back quite a bit. So a good couple seconds now off of second place Mark DeGraw is Ian Jolicoeur. And that has allowed Sam Rolfe to attach himself to the tailpipe. And this is now an early 3-way battle for 3rd place, because Martin Smith with that pace we saw out of him last week at Watkins Glen. He's obviously the real deal, and he's not going to give it up. And shoot, 5th place in championship points. I mean, it's all on the line, really, with, what, 3 more events to go. Right in there with the opportunity, and Sam Roloff really not in points, so kind of in between that championship battle at the moment, but you know what? Good for him. Insert himself into that battle and really putting the pressure on. Ian Jolicoeur up there really looks like he's perturbed by this early pressure by Sam Roloff. Martin Smith had to get on the finders hard there. So a good battle going on here. Let's check out the onboard, see if we can get some good cameras from these guys. Tricky second sector. Look who's jumped into the action right behind. It's Philippe Gilles now, and that has become a 4-way battle. Boy, Ian Jolicoeur slipping off the pace quickly. Oh. He has a bit of lagging problems there from Philippe Gilles. Hopefully that clears up. Okay, so now that we've sorted out a little bit and I've remembered myself, we can take a look at the tire compounds. Because obviously, I told you guys I'm going to get crossed up, right? So, Aaron Parsons on the primary tires, Sam Rolfe, Martin Smith, and Philippe Gilles all behind on the alternate. So here's why we're seeing the pressure mount. Sorry about that, guys, but you know it has been terribly involved here with the broadcast and able to really get out there on track. So, yeah, we're missing a few things, but here we go. It's the alternate versus primary battle, and Philippe Gilles, as a matter of fact, speaking of battles, is going to pick up that spot over Martin Smith, and you know what? That was not heavily defended by Martin Smith. I think he understands here, kind of around those 20 kilograms, that he really wants to be a little careful, kind of drive his own race, because he may not be able to really mount a huge defense against somebody who's really taking back some time, and that was something that Philippe Gilles was doing. I mean, kind of out of nowhere, he was suddenly up there joining that battle. Now, let's not forget, we have that great battle going on, but let's not forget all of the other battles that are happening here all around the track at the moment. It is right now John Houston putting on quite a bit of pressure to Kevin Miller, so that is a primary on-primary tire battle. And those primaries giving up, 0.7, 0.8 of a second, 7 or 8 tenths over the alternate tire, but of course, you know, they'll be able to get off that tire and run the alternates the rest of the way if they so choose. It's a two-stop race for the entire field here tonight. Oh, so okay. Ian Jolicoeur has really kind of withstood the test here from this group of drivers, very diligently throwing themselves at his F3, trying to get by, just not able to do it just yet. And the longer this goes on, the more time Ian Jolicoeur is going to be able to save, of course, for those pit stop strategies. But the longer this goes on, the worse his tires are going to get also. So you got to think at some point that these guys are going to find a bit of a crack in Ian Jolicoeur's armor to be able to get by. And I see now it's tightened up a bit here at the front as well. I mean, this battle really has been close since the drop of the checkered green flag. Not checkered flag just yet, is it? Oh, but it's DeGraw that has gone through. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I wonder if that just happened. Something caught my eye there at the top of our leaderboard. So it might have been a bit of a Kevin Lekmansky mistake. It's certainly not lap traffic because we haven't caught up to any of that yet. So it's Mark DeGraw through to the #1 spot from our pole sitter, Kevin Lekmansky. So that's interesting there. Certainly don't think that Kevin would have let him through kind of for no reason. So we'll keep track of that. Try to keep a better track on that battle, because after all, it is a battle for the first top spot, right? This battle continues to rage. We want to see that battle, of course, but we also want to see the battle between 11th place Iggy Tjorder and Chuck Carter. Boy, Aaron Parsons a bit very back in the field. We'll do a field rundown here shortly, but 6 laps in, Iggy Chiordia now looking to get past Greg Myers, and it looks like he's going to get it done there through turn 4, it looks like, yeah. So Greg Myers will be relegated back to that 10th spot. So Iggy Chiordia looking, he's making a very nice run here, as he did last week at Watkins Glen, now solidly inside the top, nearly inside the top 10, excuse me. So, we got that battle going on. We have David Zahn not too far off of David Rowley. There he is, Rowley again. Yeah, it was these guys embroiled in that battle last week, right? Zahn and Rowley. So, one of the more, as mentioned there at the top of the show, one of the more, oh, it was a mistake there by Rowley. Put him back. I was just talking about the great battle those guys had for the entire race last week, but they're going to have to, Rowley's going to have to get back up there to rejoin that battle if he wants to get back in it. Now, I have to say, really, it kind of does look right now like it's Sam Rolfe holding these guys up a little bit. He has kind of fallen off the very sustained pressure that he was putting on Ian Jolicoeur. Now he's having to defend from a speedy Philippe Gilles, who looks like he's going to get by. Another turn 4 pass. So now, can Philippe do anything with Ian Jolicoeur? I guess it has to see as Sam Rolfe says, no, wait a minute, I want that position back. And you know what? This is a good opportunity to do it? No. Not going to happen. Well, good opportunity is relative. It's a good opportunity to really just stick it in there and make the other guy have to give you room. But Sam Rolfe, very clean driver, did not do that. So John Houston now and Kevin Miller going at it tooth and nail. Miller has it. Houston wants it. Let's just stick on this battle for a second. Let's see if John Houston, what their downforce preference is, because I'm kind of curious. Oh, big mistake coming off too, and that's not going to hurt John. It's not going to help John Houston's ability to draft here going into turn 1. No, indeed. He's definitely losing time. Definitely losing time out of the draft there. So it does look like Kevin Miller is going to have the aerodynamic advantage. And that's something I was kind of curious about, because Houston has been behind Miller for quite some time now. And I suspected something like that might be going on. So in the meantime, Ian Jolicoeur now has got, and of course we switch off the battle, and that's when things happen. That's when things happen. So we had a huge shakeup. But anyway, so this battle has now been rejoined with all 4 of them running extremely close. Philippe Gilles continuing to gain a little bit of ground now on Ian Jolicoeur, since he had gotten past Sam Rolfe. But it's Sam Rolfe now who has given up the spot. Gained the spot over Martin Smith, rather, excuse me. So, yeah, Ian Jolicoeur continuing to run on the primaries, and these alternates have got to be going off for these guys behind now. Got to be getting close anyway. 10 laps. 10 laps seemed absolute maximum. Oh boy, Martin Smith behind. 20 kilos, but he's not going to worry about that. He's going to say, I'm just going to get it off the last corner and just fine. Oh, neck and neck. Neck and neck. Oh, camera. Oh, a little bit of contact. Philippe Gilles does hang on to the spot. Not going to do those tires any good, though. Boy, Ian Jolicoeur continues to hang on. And what an advantage this is going to be now, being able to run those primaries for Ian Jolicoeur. Those guys just could not quite get the job done. And I think 9 laps in, Ian Jolicoeur will definitely be able to secure this position over the course of his first stint. So, Ian Jolicoeur looking pretty in a pretty good position here at the moment. John Houston, Kevin Miller, this battle rages, but John Houston was taking a look on the outside there of turn 7. That's going to be tough. Not optimal. We have seen some epic battles, and of course in the real world racing. A few guys hanging it around out there. But not so this time. I have to say, I think those guys are catching up now to Martin Smith, who has made a mistake. And that just happened recently. So Martin Smith suddenly, that must have been, I mean, that was enough for a spin, because those guys were quite a bit back. from that battle, which Martin Smith was a part of. And hopefully he hasn't put it into the Armco or anything and picked up some damage, because that'll definitely cost you a little bit of time in the pits. But those alternates really getting a little dicey, I suspect, for these guys now. Now, like I said, I did hear a few guys saying they were going to try 14 laps on the alternates, but I don't know. I did a little bit of practice around here, and I don't know that I'd be comfortable going. You see the battle going on back here a little bit. I thought that's a little closer. I thought Rolf was a little closer there to Jill. But he'd be able to make a run, but not quite. So, some of the gaps stabilizing a little bit. It's now Mansky falling a little bit off of Mark DeGraw. We saw that those positions switch. We missed it, unfortunately, but it looks like DeGraw has eked out a couple tenths here or there. Now to be a solid 1.5, 2 seconds up. So we'll see how that plays out. But I know both those guys showing really good pace and right now running really strong and consistent. So here we go. Houston still trying to find a way past. And what a battle. Just has not been able to do it yet. And I think Jake Feemster now is catching up to this battle. Yeah, Meyer is actually not too far back either. So I think really that battle between Houston and Miller has allowed some of the guys behind to pick up a little bit of time on them. There we go. Boy, I wonder what happened to Martin Smith now. It was a pretty big mistake nonetheless. Now, the guys on the alternates should be thinking about coming in here pretty soon, I would think. Those tires definitely not happy at this point, I would think. Let's take a look at some comparative times. Fleet Jill running 25.0. No, Ian now running at least whoa! I assume that's Kevin Miller and not me. Showing some serious latency issues. I tell you, if you're behind a guy like that, it makes a... Oh, Kevin Miller makes a mistake. I think Houston's finally going to go through. Yeah, so Jake Feemster as well is going to get the position through. Also, Feemster's still on the alternates. So Feemster not only on the alternates, but making up time on those two who are on the primaries. So, looks like Feemster's done his homework. Maybe came through with the setup where the alternates were going to work well for him. And, boy, that could be... Well, I don't know. Anyway, he's making it work. My prediction on the alternates, nobody has come in. Right? I figured around lap 10 or so. That's kind of what I was hearing throughout the field. Whoa, here we go. Gary Roth. Okay, Gary Roth. Looks like he's first to act coming into the pits. This is an alternate versus primary battle, and this battle was rejoined. We checked in on it a little earlier, right? And so a continuation from last week, their epic battle. Now coming through turn 4, headed down to turn 5. Good passing opportunity, of course. Zahn sticking it right in the middle of the track. Not allowing any daylight one side or the other. Dave Rowley's going to have to wait for another opportunity to get back up with this battle here. Now, I think lap 14 is basically a third of the way, right? So, looks like all these, well, the majority of the guys are going to be looking to get through all the way to that and try to split the race up into thirds. So, I think we'll see some wholesale pit stops here. Perhaps some of the guys on the primaries will take a little beat, maybe try to limit the amount of time that they have to run an alternate stint. Of course, who knows? We could see a primary, alternate. We could see an alternate primary. You get the idea. Okay, so Smith has come in. Martin Smith coming in off the alternates on lap 13. So I'm assuming he's going to run a slightly longer primary stint. And yeah, we'll see what he comes out on and how many laps he might go. It's Aaron Parsons now trying to recover from that first lap fracas. The contact. Okay, he's going to get past. Myers actually backed off a little bit. kind of let Parsons through. Probably a good thing for Aaron Parsons after that mistake, or wreck. We didn't really see whose mistake it was. Might be a good thing that he was on the primaries, so he's still able to run deep into his stint and try to reclaim some positions early on. Or rather, later in his stint, right? Pick up time, and he's definitely closing on Kevin Miller at this point. I believe Kevin Miller was on the primaries as well, yeah, so. Now who's okay, lap traffic, so Dale Baldwick. Now it looks like he is, yeah, his car a lap down there. And again, these guys, oh! Wathan! Wathan, bit of a mistake, and we saw him start, what, 8th, 7th on the grid, so it's been a precipitous drop through the field. Oh, Martin Smith just coming out of the pits again on an alternate stint, and oh boy, he backed it into the fence. That is some trouble. That is likely some damage. I tell you what, if he picks enough damage up on that rear arrow, it could be a situation where he's going to have to pit again, because those rear tires definitely wear out on these cars, and that arrow damage, along with some struggling tires, not going to be too great. So hopefully he doesn't have to make another stop, but it's certainly going to cost him some time. Looking on board with Fleet Gill now, see where he's going to come out. Back. So he's going to switch over to the primary. And Ian Jolicoeur has made a stop as well. So no, he's on the primary, excuse me. Primary tire there for Ian Jolicoeur. He's going to stay out, as well as Claire, both McMansky and DeGraw. So it's an alternate battle. This is lap 14. I expect these guys to come in. DeGraw in. McMansky staying out. So I don't know if he feels that he has some type of competitive advantage by running another lap or not. So, looking at the times, you know, it looks like Ian Jolicoeur has picked up a little bit of time on McMansky. Not much, but a couple seconds over the course of the stint. It looked like the primary tires for Ian Jolicoeur did pick up some pace toward the end of the stint. So, just something to stick back there in the memory banks. Ian Jolicoeur at one point, 10 or 11 seconds off. So the alternates do give up some lap time and life. Now, these are both guys on primary tires, Kevin Miller and Aaron Parsons. We saw him close in before some of the pit stops started to cycle through. And so that battle now is a battle of guys who have yet to stop. Oh, Aaron Parsons taking it wide there on entry to turn 6. It's turn 6 and 7. I just call it 7. Oh, gets out on the slippery stuff. So, overall, a nice save for Aaron Parsons. Look, you cost yourself 3 or 4 seconds. That kind of sucks, right? But it's better than costing yourself like 10 with a spin and maybe even picking up some damage. So, Aaron Parsons will have to fight back. Looked like he had pretty good pace. Fleet Gill in front of Chuck Carter, and Chuck Carter has yet to pit. We know Fleet Gill has pitted off the alternate tire. So, okay, looks like Mansky is in this lap. We kind of expected that. So he took it a lap longer there on the alternates, and obviously he wasn't too affected. But let's just take a look at that last lap there by Kevin Lekmansky. 24.7. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. So 23 flat. Best lap versus 24.7. So there you go. Now 1.5 seconds thereabouts. All right. From fresh tires to that. So just a few more left to cycle through here. Jake Feemster's one of them. And I can't remember what tires he was on, but I think he's just cycled back in. No, Feemster yet to stop. But Parsons came in off of the primaries on lap 15, so that's interesting. Well, anyway, we'll get it sorted out. Jolicoeur in first place, yet to stop. That much we know. So when Jolicoeur comes in, that's going to give us an idea of where the what kind of life the primary tires are going to have. Okay, 1 second here, guys. So, quick reminder here, you're watching NAGP TV. We are back, at least for a couple races. We are quite a ways through this season, have not been broadcasting consistently this season, mainly because, well, we just didn't have anybody to do it. I had the opportunity, at least here, like I say, for a couple races, maybe the rest of the season to do it, so you're welcome to stop by. We're going to be here regularly on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you're more than welcome to jump in. If you want to do more than that and jump into some of the action, you're always welcome to stop by NorthAmericanGP.com for some racing action that you can actually participate in. And hey, who doesn't like that? Who is a sim racer? So, working lap 17 now. Angelicor has yet to stop. Has not yet committed from his first stint, and he's running pretty deep. Really, we've seen alternate tires go as late as 15 laps. Lutmansky proved the life up to that anyway. So, Angelicor is going to let it ride here for a few more laps. Nope. Nope. So it's going to be at least lap 18. And Mark DeGraw. Mark DeGraw goes to the primary tire from the alternate. So you got to think that he's going to take it to lap 33. Or I'm sorry, early 30s anyway, before he jumps on the alternates. But the primary tire is not bad. It is pretty consistent around here, around the primaries a bit. And no super close battles going on at the moment. Gonna wait till Ian Jolicoeur heads into the pits, and we'll give you a quick field rundown. But a close battle here going on. Fleet Joe and Sam Rolfe has been rejoined. Both of these guys on the primary tire. You can see that, by the way, if you look at the top of your screen there. The little info tab. But like Sam Rolfe, big mistake. Fleet Joe had made a bit of a mistake on his own, running a bit wide there through 5. But Sam Rolfe a bigger mistake, and so Fleet Joe now going to be looking at that. Now it has to be said, alternate to alternate, Fleet Joe did seem to have quite a bit of pace on Sam Rolfe there in that first stint. So I don't know if the primary tire is going to go the same way. Maybe Sam Rolfe's setup will work a little bit better with the primary tire and he'll hold better pace, but it was Fleet Joe having the pace in the first stint. Angelicor, saw the little pit sign pop up there, so it's Angelicor coming in, and I'm curious to see, it was about, what, 8 seconds? 8.5 seconds the advantage he had over Lutmansky when Lutmansky first came out of the pits. So we'll see where it's at now. Lutmansky has picked up, or DeGraw, excuse me. Yeah. So holding pretty good pace on the primaries was Ian Jolicoeur, now only about 9 seconds off the lead, so didn't slip too far off. Held really good pace. Of course, he's on the alternates now. So, let's take a look at what we got here. Now that our pit stops have cycled through, it's Mark DeGraw in the lead, now on the primary tire. Kevin Lutmansky is going to be on alternates in second, and see how much time he closes in. It was Mark DeGraw, about 2 second advantage when he pitted, but of course that was a while ago. And I don't know, you'd think Kevin Lutmansky would be able to pick up a little. Oh, Lou Mascarelli. Oh no. Oh no. Let's take a look at the guys that are going to be coming through here. Yeah, Lou Mascarelli stuffing it. I assume that was, he tried to correct coming off a mistake off the final corner. It did not work. So no harm, no foul there. So let's try it again. Mark DeGraw out front, primary tire. Kevin Lutmansky, still 3 seconds off on the alternate. Ian Jolicoeur, now on the alternate in third. Kevin Miller, okay, so Kevin Miller still had not come in. Okay, good. So we'll see him. And Sam Rolfe is going to cycle through back into fourth now on the front. I think he stopped. Let's make sure. Yes, looks like he's just stopped and rotating back out. Boy, we did have a few stops yet to cycle through, so that's my bad on that. Looks like they're completing their stops now on lap 20. So really, you can go alternate from here, and I guess that's what they're going to do. It's looking to me, guys are going to run 2 stints on the alternates, 1 on the primaries. So that makes a lot of sense, right? You can run 20 laps and then 11-11, and you're looking pretty good. Now, here's a battle rejoin. John Houston has rotated all the way back up into 6th place, and if memory serves, he started on... No, he did. I think he did start on the... Because Aaron Parsons started on the primaries. I remember those teammates had split their strategy. So it looks like it's going to be starting alternate for John Houston. But as a result, he cycled back up into 6th place, and that's pretty good because he was started, what, 12th or 13th on the grid. It was kind of mired back there behind Kevin Miller early on in 9th. So, whoa, big lock up there for Sam Rolfe in front. But it's Fleet Jill on the primaries, and let's see, I think Rolfe is on the primaries as well. Yeah, so that is a battle. Right behind Martin Smith in 7th. Oh, Jake Teamster's going to look on the outside, tough spot here. Oh boy. I think that is Kevin Miller right behind. Houston on the alternates, I think, is going to make it stick, maybe. What a battle. Holy cow. Got crossed up there a little bit. Sorry about that. Crossed up just a little bit. So Fleet Jill now will have to settle for 6th. Houston in 5th, and of course Sam Rolfe still holds down the 4th spot. Great ride right now for Sam Rolfe. Was looking speedy, looking very speedy in practice. So now running on the primary tire and in 4th. Nothing wrong with that. We just saw John Houston running in 5th on those alternates. Fleet Jill's going to be running 6th on the primary tire. He'll get off that his next stint. Jake Feemster on the primary tire. Looks like he'll take it to, early 30s. But running 7th. So Jake Feemster putting in a nice ride. Starting pretty far back on the grid. Kevin Miller looking to regain some spots. We saw him make that mistake, of course. Oh, he's going to slip, almost slip past for that spot. Yeah, so up to 7th. Martin Smith in 8th, Aaron Parsons in 9th, looking to still regain spots. And you know what, he is. He's gaining some time on 8th and 7th. Jake Feemster running in 10th on the primary tire. Greg Myers, primary tire, 11th. That's a pretty good little battle they got going on there. Chuck Carter in 12th. David Rowley saw him involved in some fights a little further up the field, but now running 13th. David Chiordia. 14th, David Zahn. Given up a few spots since the last time we checked in with him. Actually, I think it was only 14th or 15th thereabouts, so not too much. Gary Roth in 16th. Oh, who we haven't checked in with. We'll get back there. John Wathen running 17th. Wathen buried in the back of the field right now. Danger of going a lap down here before too long. Omar Gomez, 18th. There we go. Matt Chambliss, newcomer. Meant to check in with him a little earlier, just plain forgot. Pretty good. Let's just take a look. Let's look at the tail of the tape. 25, 25, 20. 26 is early. Maybe that was on the primary tire. No. Don't, not when you're on broadcast, buddy. Not when you're on broadcast. Come on now. Gonna have to fix that. Sergio Calderon runs 20th. He may actually be able to pick up some time on 4Max. And Lou Mascarelli's going to round out the field here. Okay. Oh, right when we switch, it's John Houston making a mistake, and I think that is going to be Fleet Jill blasting past. So it's been one heck of a fight. I mean, since the drop of the green flag, I see the times are getting tighter there towards the top. We'll get to that in just a second. But, oh, big lock up there by Sam Rolfe. Teammate Greg Myers almost in the top 10. So this team having a pretty good run here tonight. Sam Rolfe and Gregory Myers. But has to say at this point, Sam Rolfe way off the Angelicore pace. And speaking of, I think we got to check in up here. Oh, oh, the broadcaster's curse strong tonight as the Angelicore making a big correction there through, oh, whatever turn that was, 8 or 9, something like that. And another correction. I think Angelicore is really putting the spurs to her now. But it was Angelicore stopping, what, 1920? Tires actually should still have plenty of life left, but I think he's seeing what I'm seeing, that those times are really dropping. He's picked up a little bit of time on Mark DeGraw, but you would have figured Kevin Witmansky to really be taking more time out of DeGraw's pace. Oh, Max! Woo! Let's see, Jolicoeur gonna make it through. I think Rolfe is far enough back where Max will be able to get sorted, but yeah, it looked like Max was actually running pretty good, consistent. We checked in on the times. We didn't see anything that would suggest a bunch of spins. But, yeah, maybe the tires really started to go away on him and just having trouble holding it on track. Like I said, it's the rears on these babies that tend to go off first, and I think that he was struggling for grip at the rear of the car. Okay, so the Houston-Gill battle continues. And Jolicoeur has slipped off a little bit, so yeah, his mistakes have been mounting here. From 6.5 to 7.5 just within the course of a lap. Could be lap traffic, but kind of doubt it. But my point was earlier that the gap was coming down so quickly that could have led to a few mistakes. But it's Kevin Witmansky. Obviously, he had to take some evasive action, lost a little bit of time there by Max Ramble's mistake. But not gaining much ground on Mark DeGraw down the primary. So you got to think, was Witmansky, I can't remember if he started on check. Yeah, I gotta think those are alternate times. 23 flat. Yeah, it was. So it's alternate for Kevin, and Mark DeGraw's going to have a huge advantage. So if Mark DeGraw has an advantage on the primaries here in this second stint over Witmansky's alternates, then the rest of the field's in trouble. I don't know what the heck they're going to do. Witmansky's just not looking off. I mean, the reason why I say that is Ian Jolicoeur is making up time pretty easily on Kevin Witmansky there in second on the same tire. So interesting stuff. Okay, Iggy Chiordia now coming into the pits. Switching on to the primary, I think. So I don't know if it's a first to act type situation. I wouldn't think so. If you're going alternate, I would think that you'd want to take it at least to lap 30 something, right? 20, no, maybe. Yeah, 28. Maybe it's not unreasonable. So Mark DeGraw now coming up on a little bit of lap traffic. Sticking quite a bit here to the onboard cams because we like that a little bit better. Boostin'. Yeah, the season is getting close to getting wrapped up, but still opportunity there at NorthAmericanGP.com. Check in over there at the forum. You know, get the Discord info, whatnot, and so forth, and check out the kind of the rules and regulations stuff to get you going. There are a few apps and the mod and a few other things. So voice over IP, the Discord is required, as well as a few other things. So check in with that. Get you sorted. They usually do a little driver checkout just to check for connections. So, pretty important deal. You want all the connections to be pretty solid out there. Now, John Houston still fighting with Fleet Jill. And once again, it's Houston. Just not able to get past on an alternate tire. We saw that Houston versus Miller earlier, right? So interesting there. And I want to check back with teammate Aaron Parsons, because Aaron Parsons made that mistake earlier, not carrying a ton of success ballast. You think Parsons, one of those guys, along with teammate Houston, very speedy duo, right? But Parsons just having trouble to recover from that early place. I mean, he got shuffled back to 13th, something like that. I don't think it was farther than that. You'd think that he would have progressed up the field a little bit faster, but I have to tell you, by and large, been pretty clean. Been pretty clean for the field, and consistent there, at least within the top 10. So yeah, maybe positions have been a little hard to pick up. Now, okay, what's this battle coming from? It's Houston, not too far off Jill, and Sam Ross. So Sam Ross now, it's like he might be giving up a little bit of pace. This battle is coming together, and I tell you, it's Kevin Miller not too far back. I mean, he can see the battle up ahead on the road, right? Oh, that's not going to help. He's going to like to see that, Aaron Parsons. That's going to give him a big gap boost. Oh, okay, here we go. Came in. Mark DeGraw coming in. And we got to assume that he's going to be jumping onto the alternates, and he's going to have the big advantage. So it's up to these guys now to really slap the laps down. Particularly if you're Ian Gillipartis. If I'm not mistaken, Nancy's going to have to run on the primary tire. And I think, well, I don't know. If you're Kevin Williamski, maybe you want to come in as early as you possibly can. The only thing you're going to be doing really is losing time to the alternate tire until late in the stint, where your primaries are going to start to gain a little bit of time back. But I think it's just going to be losing too much track time to DeGraw on the alternate. Let's just check to make sure. Yep. DeGraw is on the alternate. All kinds of traffic, all kinds of situation going on here back in the field as pit stops are rotating, people are jumping on track. But it's all going to come to a head here shortly, as all the primary and the alternate guys are going to be stopping. And it's going to be their last hurrah in terms of, any strategy that can play out. Yeah, give it a shot, Boostin. It's different, no question about that. But most of these sims, quality sims anyway. So yeah, here we go. Tight battle going on. Myers has not come in yet. Rolf has come in this lap. So he has cycled out just in front of this battle. Feemster, I believe, has. Gotta look at the lap time just to make sure. Feemster has not come in for his final stop yet. So I gotta think that's gonna be coming up pretty soon. But extra battle going on. We know Fleet Jill also has to clear. Oh! Woo! Okay, that was close. Okay, so that explains that. Those guys coming into the pit. Sam Rolfe, I'm already confused because I'm watching these great battles. Yeah, Sam Rolfe has come in, so he cycled back up to the pit. And Jill, it was Jill on check. Yeah, Jill's come in. Those guys, they have both stopped. We know that Mansky has not stopped. Wait, what? Maybe he just stopped this time. No, of course he hasn't stopped, right? Because DeGraw's running around out there on the alternates, right? Yeah. So it's Mansky, we think, is going to have to switch on to the primaries unless I really got it wrong. But I think it was alternate, first and second stints with Kevin Mansky. Okay. So here we go. Look at this. John Houston behind somebody else. But this time, it's who's going to have to stop? I think Miller's going to have to stop the turn today. Rolf has just stopped. So yeah, it looks like this is for position. We know Jill has Jill has really picked up some time. He was not behind Jill before. So maybe it's I gotta think this is a battle for position on hanging on the outside. Sorry about that. Yep, had to give way, did Fleet Jill. But man, he got a good run coming out of Senna S's. He is definitely gonna make a counter move here. Coming down into 4 or 5, 1 or 2. I don't know how they're labeling them for sure. And he's gonna do it. So pass completed. Interesting. It looked to me like John Houston looking earlier like he was strapped with a bit more arrow than a lot of his components, but sure got a good run coming off the straight that particular time. Boy, tight battles going on here. With Mansky yet to come in, we're gonna note that right when he does. Now, I think he's taking it pretty deep to get maximum lap time out of those. Oh wait, no. Oh, to reduce the time on the primary tire. Right. So that's a good idea. But man, we saw those ultimates give up what 1.5 toward the end of a stint. So that's. Well, I don't know. We'll see what he does. Hey, it's Kevin with Mansky's World. We're just all living in it, and it's up to him to tell us what's going to happen. Oh, Ian Jolicoeur now really picking up some time, and he has gained quite a bit of ground there over second place Mark DeGraw now. Both those guys on the alternate tire, but Ian Jolicoeur is just lap over lap. Just kind of crept up and crept up and crept up. Oh, that's very nice for the gearhead chiming in. So it's been a little rough. Started off a little shaky, I have to say. The voice has barely held up, but we're doing the best that we can. Bringing you the pictures, bringing you the action. And can't hardly look away from this battle because it continues to rage. And if you're Fleet Jillian, I think you're kind of thinking about what could have done. Really, he hasn't employed the best strategy. Was up there to 4th. Had an opportunity, I think. He was closing up on Ian for 3rd there to start this event. He just couldn't quite get the job done. And now finds himself fighting over the 5th position now. So still there behind Rolf. And let's see if not. Okay. Mansky has come in. So, yeah, onto the primary tire versus the alternate, and oh boy, this is a fight with a direct fight with Ian Jolicoeur. So yeah, Kevin Lukmansky has cost himself a little bit here, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I think, well, I don't know, maybe getting off that alternate tire a little earlier might have saved, you know, a little bit of time. I think it definitely would have saved enough time, I think, to stay ahead of Ian. Because he's just giving up too much track time on those alternate tires, I think, lap to lap, right? So I think in Kevin's mind, he's thinking, well, let's limit the amount of time I have to be on the primaries, giving up time. But maybe a bit of a strategy change there might not have been a bad idea. So Jake Feemster now in a fight, and I think that's Rally right behind. So Feemster looking to get ahead of the taxi service driver, Greg Myers. Going to get the job done coming off the last corner. Let's see if... No, not the last corner, excuse me. Coming through 4, 5, whatever it is. I think it's 5, actually. Or they're labeled 4, and then the little king's 5. Something. Okay. So, Feemster through. Rally wants it too. And this can be a tougher fight. Both those guys on the alternate tire. I assume Jake is as well. So let's see. Just looking back up toward the front, looks like Mansky right now is holding on for the moment. Ian Jolicoeur just about a second off. Jolicoeur, boy, when those stops cycled, actually, Jolicoeur he had what, 4 or 5 seconds, something like that. So he hasn't really gained any ground yet on Mark McGraw. Okay, here we go. David Rowley looking to make the move. Looked like less downforce to me on Rowley's part. Great. Oh, gets it a bit wrong. Yeah, that's a tough spot. Even if a guy gets it a bit wrong, you have to be careful. Laying on the throttle, because he's going to be coming back onto the track somewhere. And you better be careful, because that's somewhere he comes back onto might be right where you're at. And, oh, takes it wide again. Oh! Oh! Well, that was a... Myers got into him, but you know what? There's just not much he could have done. He was committed to the corner and carrying speed through there. Rowley made a mistake. Greg just didn't have time to back off, really. So, unfortunate turn of events there, but really, if you're Rowley, you're thinking, well, that's kind of my fault. I screwed up anyway. I would think. Maybe not. So, real quick, let's get you through the order here. Mark DeGraw now is leading. I suspected with the stop cycle too. He's on the alternate tire, going to be a big advantage. So, you know, you're feeling pretty good if you're Mark DeGraw right now. You think, well, okay, I keep it consistent, I keep it on track. Be careful with some of the lap traffic I might approach. And things should be looking pretty good. Angelicore is in second. I tell you what, Mansky is letting him go on the primary tire. So yeah, we'll check back into that. We're not going to let that battle go too much longer. Here's another direct fight here between Sam Rolfe and Fleet Gill. And John Houston, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all right there. Aaron Parsons creeping up on that battle, 5 seconds off. Kevin Miller's in 8th. Good run going. Martin Smith. If you're Martin Smith, you got to kind of be thinking what could have been done too. But a few mistakes, and well, there you go. Back to 9th. Jake Feimster in 10th. Greg Myers in 11th. Dave Rowley in 12th. Chuck Carter running 13th. Not a bad run for Chuck. Could be better, of course. Dave Zahn at 14th. Iggy Chiordia there at 15th. And Gary Roth in 16th. John Watson still in 17th. Not quite into the points yet. Omar Gomez in 18th. Sergio Calderon running 19th. Sorry, guys. Can't give you a little extra track time, but we have some close battles we want to get to here. Max Rambles, he's survived some of his spins. He's doing all right. Not dead last. That position falls, unfortunately, to Lou Mascarelli, who might have had a few mistakes of his own here tonight. So back to some of the direct fights we got here, and Kevin Lipmansky even gaining time now on Ian Jolicoeur. Wow, didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming in that primary versus alternate battle, but I don't know. Maybe it makes some sense. I mean, after all, Kevin Lipmansky and Mark DeGraw are teammates and sharing some setup, well, sharing all their setup stuff, I'm sure. Just clearing some lap traffic there. I assume that the traffic will back off a little bit. Yes. But it's pretty clear that that team has done some primary runs and setup, I think maybe, if not exclusively for the primary tires, for sure to get them working well. Ian Jolicoeur, not typically a guy that you're going to take the off tire on and, wow, even make the possible pass attempt. So, I have to say, I'm very surprised. And here we go, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all in an extremely tight battle now. Not giving an inch. Let's see, I think all these guys on the alternate tire, yeah, so. These guys all stopping about that lap 11, 12, 13th to go. So, these tires are going to start to be getting on edge. And in these tight battles, man, right when the tires are at their worst is when you're really trying to push the hardest to gain those positions at the end. So, tense moments perhaps for those guys coming up. Don't want to miss this battle. So it's Kevin Lipmansky now on the main straight. And can he do anything in the draft on Ian Jolicoeur? He stays away. There's a nasty little bump there coming a big defense here by Ian Jolicoeur on the inside. And you know what? I think Kevin Lipmansky does have an aerodynamic advantage coming down the straight. We've seen Ian Jolicoeur dive to the inside there several times, but yeah, Mansky's swung way wide of the pit entry where there's a big bump, and even just coming down the straight, it can kill you in an instant. Mansky now, I think that's a bit of a mistake coming off the center S for Ian Jolicoeur. On the inside, Kevin Mansky is going to be able to hang on. No, not quite. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, Jolicoeur throws it wide, and I think, yeah, he just stayed in the throttle complete. Oh boy. Might have. Well, anyway, had a bit of a spin there. Those guys should be okay. They had plenty of time, and I think Ian Jolicoeur knows that it might have been. He might have pushed a little too deep there. I think he went ahead and gave the position, and battle rejoined. So hopefully there's not too much damage, and those guys can get back to the battle. But it was a great one. So hopefully Ian Jolicoeur can tuck up back under the wing, because I think we'd all like to see that battle continue a little bit more. You can always take a little bit more of that type of action. So. Oh, looks like Houston has slipped off of Fleet Jill a little bit. So just now with a handful of laps, you got to be breathing quite a bit easier if you're Fleet Jill. Uh-oh. Oh, Ian Jolicoeur had to pit. So maybe Ian. Uh-oh. Did he escape? Maybe Ian Jolicoeur had too much damage. No, I think it's just into the pits, but still, nonetheless, horrible. Ian Jolicoeur right up there in points. I mean, he has the opportunity to win this championship, and that is quite the blow. So I have to assume that ended up in a little bit of suspension damage. Oh, wait, no, wait, what's going on here? Who was that? It was Fleet Jill. I recognize the livery over Sam Rolfe. So Sam had that position. And I wonder if he made a bit of a mistake. So some late race fireworks coming up, and here is now Houston being suddenly gifted a position, but under fire by Ian Jolicoeur. Those guys are going to fight. I tell you what, if there's two guys that fight for position, it's these two guys, and I mean in a good way, by the way. And, oh boy. This guy's not too far off in this battle. I don't know. 3 laps to go. None of these positions, 3rd through 7th, might be yet decided. Oh, Houston hanging on. Side by side. Oh, going into 1. I think if you're Houston, you got to think about giving up the goes. He does take it very late. But yeah, just really not much more. Now, Jolicoeur, 3 laps. He's just going to be on it. As much as it's possible to be on it, he's going to be on it, because he sees those positions back up in front of him. And yeah, let's just see what happens. I'm kind of interested. Meanwhile, it is Marc DeGraw with a nice lead out front. So 2 laps to go. Marc DeGraw looks to be in the winning position. Frankly, with these battles coming up, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch him cross the line. Probably will, but I think this is the battle we're going to have to watch all the way to the end, because I suspect it's going to get a little heated real fast. I mean, it's already not quite at a simmer, right? It's more in the boil phase at this moment. So, in the slipstream, Ian Jolicoeur looking for the position on Fleet Jill. And it looks like Fleet Jill actually does have. So, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Thought he had an aerodynamic. Oh, that's very deep. That's very deep. A little bit of contact. And yeah, Ian's going to get that one. Let's see if he can get it done on the outside. I think he does have a pretty good... Oh! 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 Oh, it's a three-way spin. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Couldn't really call that one. Didn't really see it. Was on the wrong view. Wow. So, Houston suddenly in a podium position. Parsons up to 5th. Wait, what? He was gifted a position. Yeah, he was running 7th. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been shaken up here. Oh boy. Where are they running out now? Jill retained 4th. And Jolicoeur back to 7th. So he came out worse end on that deal all the way for sure. And, oh, Rolf. No, Rolf. Looking to be in such a good position. Oh, my God. Well, it's all come undone here for those guys. I just had to say, I saw something coming. Saw something coming. The tires get knackered. You're pushing like, you know. You're going to get that position is what you're thinking as a driver, right? Lap to go. And I think there's something happening. Boy, DeGraw really dropped a lot of time to teammate Kevin Kamansky. I don't know if those guys are going to go for the photo finish or something, but I haven't seen that done in a while, actually. Not really set up on the audio here to get a race winner in tonight, so unfortunately we'll try to get that going there for next week. But nonetheless, it looks like it's been a great drive for Mark DeGraw here tonight. I'm just watching that little Miller. But who cares about Kevin Miller at this point, because the main laurels go to Mark DeGraw and teammate Kevin Kamansky. They should have gone for the photo finish. I haven't seen that in a while. So, 1 and 2. Teammates 1 and 2. They got the setup right. They stayed out of trouble the most. And, man, what a heck of a battle for those guys tonight. Captain Clutch. Clutching up here in our 8th race of the season. 8th race? 8th race, right. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back. Philippe Gill did manage to hang on to 4th. Aaron Parsons finished up in 5th, so great run back up for him. Kevin Miller in 6th. Jolicoeur finished 7th. I think it was... Or did Rolf slip back another position to 9th, or did he finish 8th? Oh, some extracurricular activities going on. Whew! Well, that was quite the event. I have to say, I'm glad my voice held up, but it was close. Battle tonight. Whew. Again, sorry to Mark DeGraw. Ordinarily on these broadcasts, we'd bring him in or somebody and do a little recap, give them their moment of glory, but not really set up with the audio. I want to make sure that that's all working properly, not where they aren't completely quiet or something like that. So hopefully he'll win it again next week. Get in. Feel free to jump on over to NorthAmericanGP.com. You'll find the website there, and then a lot of the activity, of course, takes place on Discord. So get the Discord information there, but it gives you all the information you need at the website there to jump to the races, or at least keep track of the action. And it's been such a pleasure broadcasting here for those that stopped by tonight. Hey, we'll be here next week, live and proud and in living color. So hope to see you then. Thanks, everybody.